Today we'll be looking at 4 technical analysis charts. First is Netflix, second is US 500, third is natural gas, and fourth is GBPUSD. My name is Angelos Zitis, and this is the Looking at the Charts report for the 16th of June. We make a start with Netflix 1-hour chart. In the most recent sessions, Netflix had dropped and tested the S1 165.40 support but failed to break below it. This could be evidence that the level stands solid and may be tested first if the selling trend is to restart. Other levels we note for a possible move even lower is first the S2 143.75 support and at the end the S3 128.90 support. Please note the S2 and the S3 are levels we have seen previously back in 2017 and if tested would signal a multi-year low for Netflix. From a buying perspective, we note the R1 191.35 resistance, which was tested mostly in the second half of May. Another important resistance may be the R2 207.05, which is the highest level Netflix has reached in more than a month and was tested on the 8th of June. Note the RSI indicator below our chart, which has surpassed the 50 level, confirming some buying interest in the latest sessions. In our opinion, Netflix continues to trade in a wider sideways motion according to the H1 chart. Netflix is down minus 70% on a year-to-date basis, allowing us to view its medium to long-term trend as a sell for the time being. We continue with the US 500 4-hour chart. The index's downtrend was extended in the latest sessions and the price action could be now aiming for the S1 3680 support level. However, with some sideways movement performed since the 10th of June, we highlight the area between the R1 3880 resistance and the S1 3680 support. This range can provide hints as to where the price action is actually heading, depending on which direction it takes outside the boundaries. Other levels that have been tested at higher grounds so far in June are the R2 4020 line and the R3 4150 level. The R3 is the highest level the index has reached since May, which can make it attractive in a bullish scenario. As the overall trend remains downwards, if the S1 was to be breached, we note the S2 3560 level as the most probable next test for the index. Despite the recent daily session on the 15th of June ending in positive territory for the index, the RSI indicator did not manage to surpass the 50 level, once again implying the bears could be in charge. From our perspective, the US index remains in a selling momentum since the beginning of the year, but also in the short term. We continue with natural gas 4-hour chart. On the 14th of June, natural gas carried out a strong and notable downward movement that breached the S1 7.30 support. However, the price action seems to have stabilized after that happening and is currently moving between the R1 7.75 resistance and the S1 7.30 support. If the price action is to move higher, we may see a breach of the R1 and a consequent testing of the R2 8.10 resistance. A breach above the R2 could signal an entrance into a price range that was used since mid-May until the recent sell-off and includes within it our R3 8.65 resistance level. In case the price action is willing to drop further, we note the S2 6.90 support as a possible first step for the bears, while even lower the S3 6.50 level is the monthly low for the energy commodity. Even after the recent stabilization, the RSI indicator remains just above 30, highlighting the sell-off's impact. Our personal view is that natural gas is currently moving in a sideways motion and traders should be aware of today's EIA natural gas storage levels release, as it could create volatility for the commodities price. We end our report with GBPUSD 4-hour chart. After a recent surge to our noted R1 1.2160 resistance level, the currency pair seems to have returned some of the ground gained. However, the surge has also breached the downward trend line noted on our chart, which commenced on the 9th of June. This could be evidence that some sideways motion could come into play in the short term. Yet, if the price action is to continue to move higher, we may see a move towards the R2 1.23 resistance level, or even higher, the R3 1.2425 level, which may be attempted in an extensive buying scenario. On the other hand, if the price action drops lower and clearly surpasses the S1, we could see the S2 1.1880 line being engaged, or even the S3 1.1750 hurdle being tested. The RSI indicator below our chart was lifted towards the 50 line but relented some ground, implying the bears may be in charge at the moment. Overall, our personal view is that cable remains in a downwards trend line. Please note, today's interest rate decision by the Bank of England is included in the price action displayed through our chart. On the 17th of June, we get the US industrial production rate for May, which could move the currency pair momentarily.